Hello and welcome to the Ten Shadows podcast. I can't remember what episode number this is up to, but we're doing a review of Bleach's TYBW episode 6, which is the big episode between Yama versus Ewok. I am here with my co-host, Frankie. Um, I guess you don't need any introductions at this point there, Frankie.
I always need introductions. That was actually a very weak one, in fact. I am the great, grandiose, benevolent Frankie.
Oh my god, nice. W.
hmm
Massive W.
But I am here.
W. So we start off the episode, right? We're reading reading a book underneath the bridge. Well,
Ein Kampf.
he's definitely reading all the was it the 18 words? No, the 14 words, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Yeah, he's reading that. Anyway, compared to the rest of the parts of this episode, this is obviously like the buffer to fill in like context for what happens in like later of the episodes. So like,
Right.
yeah, it's understandable why it's there, but it's always gonna be rated lower than like the rest of the episode. Um, I just gave it. I just gave it a 5. What would you give it?
I'm introducing this for myself. Instead of rating this scene, I'm just gonna give it a buffer out of 10.
A buffer out of 10.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna rate it. I'm not gonna rate, oh, this is a really good buffer. This was a really good filler. This is a really good, just fuck it. Why not?
Yeah,
A
fair
buffer
enough.
out of 10.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think they did this buffer really well compared to others because yeah, fuck it. I mean, if I were like given a list of like every buffer thing from right now so that I could differentiate, like but I'm not doing that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. Okay, okay.
continue.
Fair enough. It was a little bit hard to like structure this episode because a lot of it's like fighting. Um, the next part of it is Yama saving Kenpachi from Yawok. Like he jumps over and he grabs him and like he pulls him over in some other area and puts him down on the ground. I'd say this is definitely pretty decent. But it's like well it's basically buffer for the rest of the it's buffer for the rest of the episode because it's like for what's about to come. Like the eye of the storm essentially. So I'm giving this part a 6. Do you see this a buffer or are you gonna give this another rating?
Definitely still a buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
hmm
Um
If I were to say anything about this, then I would be buffering this episode. So
yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
no need to fluff it up. So yeah, continue.
Yeah, yeah, all good. Now this is more buffer. Robert versus Shinsui. And then the like a small little snippet of their fight, and this is just it's just Robert going, "Oh, you got one thing wrong. We also get a you know, our morale is also raised by knowing our bosses is fighting, blah blah blah, etc."
Morale buff.
Yeah, yeah, and then then the Quincy's trying off guard Yama, right, and then Shunsui glazes Yamamoto with your conventions and don't apply to old man Yama. Like it's like the most purest form of glazing I've ever. But I'll just give the rating quick because like this is probably another buffer section. I'll just give it a 7. I'm
I give
actually
this a 6. I think this is the first actual character stuff that's going on.
yeah, nice.
It's
I'm not.
literally this is probably Robert's second greatest scene in this anime, without exaggeration.
Oh, imagine going to the city shopping and buying Robert's greatest hits, and it's just those.
Robert's greatest hits. I'd ask for a refund. That's
100%.
like something that like immediately has to be sold in a bargain bin, or else I'd fucking sue.
It'd probably be a part of the pack, the Royd pack.
No, yeah, no, the Robert's best hits featuring Nana Now.
Yeah, yeah, to be sold as a pack, a unit, alongside Nanana and all of them. Oh my god, that'd be
And
beautiful.
then it was like, wait a minute, and then it'd be like, wait a minute, I bought this featuring Nana Now. I expected to see Nana Now stalking Renji. Where the hell is it? Oh, we cut that. It's his greatest moment.
Front cover will be Nanana off guarding Aizen.
No, because that's cut too.
Oh no, yeah, because he's yeah, because he's dead.
Dead. Anyway, continue, my friend.
Yeah, yeah, now this is when things start getting a little bit heated. We get York
No pun
versus
intended.
both literally and figuratively.
Right, right.
It's true. York versus Shika Yama.
Hmm.
This is where Yamamoto obviously fights him in Shikai. He damages York a little bit because he hits him with his sword, and but obviously York was unable to sustain it. And then they start pushing each other. Yamamoto tries to dive bomb Royd times, but Royd, York dodges it. Oh my god, I'm already fucking it up.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spoilers. Oh my god, it's so hard when you know because you already got the name pegged on them, even though you already know the
I mean,
context.
come on. It's not like you're like gonna. You shouldn't even remember who Royd is at this point.
Yeah, definitely true.
But go on, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yama dives on Ewok a few times. Ewok dodges it. Ewok chases Yamamoto onto buildings. Yamamoto hits the building, so much smoke appears. Like that sort of thing. Like it's a nice little fast paced fight. There's a
Hmm.
there's like good animation, and I think there's like a little bits of bad animation here and there, that sort of thing. But despite that, like I do think it's a good scene, so I was like gonna give it like an 8.
Yeah, I'd say 7 for me. I mean, we're building up clearly, so
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
yeah.
I think I might be rating it might be a little bit too high, but it's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Now, next part is Roy just Yamamoto's Bonkai reveal. Roy just drew his sword. Yamamoto has been waiting for this the entire time. And Yamamoto then goes Bonkai. We see all the fire disappear, but the gamma on this is like jacked all the way up now.
Yeah.
Everything's bright as
It's
fuck.
noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's asking where the fuck did the flames go, basically.
Hmm.
Um, it alongside it, Royd obviously tries to fight. this Yamamoto at this time, but he doesn't necessarily know what's going on yet. And then we find out that just touching the tip of Yamamoto's blade, things get destroyed with explosive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Yama, if you try to avoid the tip, you're just gonna get hit by flames anyway, because if there's a north, there's also a west. Not sure if it's in that right specific order because I hardly remember the compass stuff for Yamamoto. But the point is, anyway, Royd's sword gets destroyed anyway because he thought he could circumvent just by avoiding the tip, and that doesn't work. And now Royd has no sword, and Yamamoto technically does the second part of the reveal where he shows more of what he can do. He shows the flames covering himself. It's a nice, impactful scene. It's a nice sequence, really good sequence. And on top of that, like, all the characters are like hyping this moment up. You got like Jugrim, who's like going, "Oh my god!" As how could these flames appear, as flames because like of its immense heat, that sort of thing. And yeah, I give this I gave this reveal a 10. What did you think of it, Frankie?
I completely agree.
W.
A 10, yeah. Like this was a moment. This was seriously a thing we were all waiting for. The Bankai reveal, just the everything the way it was directed with the music cutting out.
Yeah,
Like the scenery that they painted, with how gray and how dark everything was shot up until that point, the blue and everything until kind of like you said, the gamma was raised and it was just noticeably quiet and light. It just brought out so much.
yeah. Oh my god, am I a jackass? Am I a total
Yeah.
jackass? Oh my god, please don't tell me. 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 This is why you don't have 100 tabs open at the same time. No, it's been going for a fair bit of time. Okay, that's something I need to check later. Alright, 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 alright. No, I just realized I didn't I quick go live on the YouTube button, but I didn't quick go live in the OBS. But the thing is, it's going. Alright. Oh my god, I'm such a boomer. Alright. I'll just keep it going, and if I need to edit it in, I'll edit it in post. And then I'll put in a big description of Dio's colossal screw up.
Sure.
Yeah. It definitely is. Oh no, that's the biggest. That's the biggest. No, that's basically messed the episode. Oh, should I just redo the whole thing? Oh my god.
I hate you.
All right. All right. I'll just redo the whole thing. The introductions
Excuse
are
me,
fucked. The introductions are fucked.
bro. What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, there's like 100 tabs you gotta manage. I didn't click one button on one thing. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. A total boomer, so I'll quickly fast pace it. We got filler things that happen. Uru reading Soken's book under the bridge. We can skip that. Yamamoto saving Kenpachi. That's also like it's filler. Like it's a nice little thing to pace out the thing. It doesn't really matter too much. Robert versus Shunsui, and then the Quincy try to off guard Yamamoto. Like it's a nice scene, but it's a nice filler for what's about to come. That brings us up to York versus Shikayama. This is like a really nice, fast paced little bit of fight. Yama pushing dive bombing Ewok, and Ewok basically being able to dodge it, and Ewok also chasing Yamamoto. It's like a really nice scene. I give it an 8. From memory, Frankie, you gave this a 7.
Yes, 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 yes.
Because I'm a total colossal screw up. The next part, which is why I redid the whole thing, is going to be the Bunkai Yamamoto reveal, because this is like the most important part. Yamamoto going into his Bunkai with all the flames disappearing, because originally in the Shikai all the flames were there. All the flames disappear. The contrast of the image goes straight up. It's bright. Everyone's asking themselves the questions where the flames went. And then we're left with trying to figure out what Yamamoto's Bonkai is. York keeps fighting Yamamoto, and we see the sword tip hit something, the part of the cape, some of the cape disappears, and then we realize that, oh, it's the tip. All the flames went into the tip. Now, we get a nice little scene where the sword tip hits the ground and a lot of it, like, completely disappears. It's a nice part of the scene. And then Yor comes to the conclusion that all he has to do to defeat Yamamoto is just not come in contact with the tip. That leads to York's blade being completely destroyed, because if there's also an east, there is also a west. Which means the flames are completely covering Yamamoto, which Yamamoto then shows, which is the next part of the Yamamoto reveal. I gave this scene a 10. What did you give it, Frankie?
You know what I gave it. Another 10.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we're caught up. We're all right. Let's proceed like normal. Jackass.
Dio cries endlessly. Alright. Now, the next scene, which is kind of like. Well, I mean, it goes straight downhill. It's technically a buffer thing. Uru coming to the conclusion about what happened 1,000 years ago and 200 years ago. This is technically a buffer zone. It's just to provide context what's happening now. That's why that scene's there. I gave this a 5, but are you gonna rate this, Frankie? Because this is a buffer essentially.
No, I'd say a 6.
Okay,
Fair enough, but yeah, I'd say that this was not necessarily a buffer.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to the next part of it. Now York is without a sword, and because they got destroyed, now he's going to fight Bonkai Yamamoto. This is a nice little part of the sequence. He tries to throw an arrow at Yamamoto. Yamamoto cuts it in half, and then this goes to another part where Yamamoto tries to dive bomb York again, but York casts a Quincy spell, which goes onto the next part of it where Yamamoto specifically avoids it, and he lands, and then he casts the corpse formation part of his Bonkai and heats up everyone he has slain, and they come back to fight one last fight, essentially. This is a nice little part of the sequence because this is one of the very few times we see York remorse over his fallen comrades, and this doesn't really, these sorts of moments don't actually happen with him that much, and it paints a picture of like how much York actually does do indeed care about his men. So we get that big psychological impact on York, and this is where it comes into the final part of it, where Yamamoto finally does the deed on York, and he goes straight into the north and kills York. How would you rate this there, Frankie?
I'd say a seven, or it's seven. Yeah, I'd say a seven, just because it's like it's pretty. Let's continue on
Yeah, yeah,
this action sequence. I mean, no one can die yet. Obviously, no one can really like do anything per se, but it's just a nice showing of the initial Bankai for sure.
I definitely like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I'll give it. I'll probably give it like an 8. I might be overrating things. Now the next part of it is we find out now that this York the entire time, wow, is roid the entire time. Surprise, surprise. I totally didn't say earlier, roid instead of York a few times earlier. This reveal is, I liked it a lot. York comes in, he kills York, but this is only after he tells Royd that he did a really good job. And he blows him up. And then this leads Yamamoto to ask a question of, what have you been doing? And this brings up onto the next part of the scene. I might as well give it the Fina rating. I give York's reveal, I think I'll give it a 7. What would you give it there, Frankie?
Great thing about them cutting Royd's background scene.
Yeah. um because it's kind of a character that kind of like pump and dumping it. I don't mind that they took it away, but what did you not like it, or did you like it, or do you don't mind it?
I kind of didn't like it. It really cemented. I think it really cemented the. It was already a confusing reveal. Not I think confusing is the right word, but
Yeah,
it was a confusing reveal to start, and then the anime cutting the context, it just made it go like, wait, hold on. What was all that about? I think the only thing he mentioned was, oh, this is the art of the Lloyd, which no one's gonna. You have to rewatch multiple times
to catch
the
that.
random Kenpachi scene in order to catch. Oh, it's L Lloyd. Okay, but and then yeah, it just didn't really work that well. So
Yeah,
for me, I'm looking at more as like it just seems like structurally just confusing moment.
oh, it will be.
Even though I also like the reveal, but I don't like how the way the anime did it. So I'd give it a 5.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. That's definitely good. Like I can see that. Because like you could have like you can find it really good, or you can find it because like he is like just this side character that like you don't necessarily want to provide too much context for him, but like then there's like straight up the thing of like if you don't provide enough context, then the viewer's just not gonna know what's going on. Because like just like you said, our no one's gonna really catch the our Lloyd or any of that sort of stuff, and like they're not even gonna be thinking about the guy that Kenpachi killed earlier. Like they're not even gonna be thinking about that because like that guy he just got killed like really quickly. Yeah. So we go to the next part where is Ewok's conversation now with Aizen, and in this he tries to recruit Aizen. It's a pretty decent scene. Nice music, and there's definitely a certain fear that carries alongside this conversation because if York does indeed get Aizen, it's truly terrifying because Aizen brought down Soul Society onto its knees much earlier in the series. If you're someone that watched and read Bleach from the beginning, you would you would have this fear alongside you as you're reading it. I will probably give this scene as I'm giving this scene a 7. What did you think of this, there, Frankie?
I definitely give this an 8. It was a very good new canon content that when it comes to, hey, we're promising you new content, we're going to promise you more fleshing out additions, something meaningful.
Yeah,
This was that for sure. This was it was good to see Eisen again.
definitely.
It definitely was. I mean, I know that all of this was done by Kubo anyway, but it definitely came across as seamlessly part of the canon.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
A lot of great character work. I really like the teasing of Yuha Bak's misunderstanding of Aizen's motives.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was, yeah, definitely great. Like to be fair, it is kind of just dialogue, but definitely great dialogue. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
go ahead.
definitely. Now we go to the next part of it, which is the final part of this episode. Ewok uh, steals Yamamoto's Bonkai, and then he creates a sword out of an arrow extremely flamboyantly, and Yamamoto is killed very stylistically. We also see in this part of how Yamamoto reacts to it. One part he's trying to charge Ewok, but as soon as he sees Ewok shoot the arrow out of the sky, he immediately completely stops and doesn't even choose to even fight his fate at this point. And during this scene, we also have like massive amounts of rain, which makes this scene knowing like extremely sad, and there's almost like a sense of despair for like Yamamoto in this moment. Like, we would feel it. What did you think of this there, Frankie?
9. Great closer. Um,
I'm definitely might be.
This was a good realization of wait, so if this was Royd and this is how powerful that guy is, and this is now Yuhabak, they set that up very well.
Yeah, yeah,
This was even though the reveal in the anime I think was a bit weak for the twist. This was a very good payoff to that twist, regardless. No matter even with the confusion, if you can get you can get over it and go like, oh wait, but like you're not gonna be you're not gonna be thinking about the confusion at this point. You're gonna be thinking about, oh my god, is this guy actually are they actually killing this guy off?
yeah.
You know, we saw what happened to Byakuya, but not him, right?
100%. You definitely be thinking that, and then like and the way that Ewok does the deed the most
Hmm.
flamboyantly and like
Unceremoniously.
yeah, and just does it.
I mean, no, I guess you could say technically ceremoniously, but like it's very emotionally detached.
Yeah, definitely.
It's ceremonious because Yuhobak is just a campy motherfucker.
100%. I might be overrating things, but I gave it a 10. But I definitely do agree with you. Now, this is the end of the episode. Is there any last words you want to say about this episode?
Great past 3 episodes.
W.
This is a streak, and the next episode is gonna be part of that streak too. This, for me, might be my top 3 favorite episodes of this core.
Oh wow.
Maybe top 4. For me, next episode's my favorite episode of the of core 1, but this was definitely great.
100%.
Yeah.
That's definitely yeah.
Single story, but maybe that's what it is. But I mean, it's for sure the penultimate story coming into it.
100%. It is gorgeous.
So yeah,
Alright. This is the end of the review of episode 6 of Core 1. Um, I've been your host, Dear Summer, or Kenesama, as some people know me by. I'm a man of many names. Um, Frankie, would you like to say goodbye to the stream?
goodbye, stream.